In the previous video, I have introduced you assessment task 1, 20% mark individual assignment. Now I'm talking about assessment task 2. This is a group presentation, 30 marks, account for 30% of your total score. Right, this assessment occur in your tutorial classes from week 4 to the last week, week 12. Right, so you need to do it. You need to register yourself in a group in Blackboard by the end of the week 3. So I have opened that assessment task 2, and you see at the end is forming groups, right? So you click on here, you will sign up for the group, right? You can sign up, choose any group that you want, right? The question is, different group will have different questions, right? How do you know which question, which group? Here you go back to assessment task 2. I have included here the questions and the background information of the case study for you to review before you sign up for the group. Right, so first in, first serve. Right, there are 8 groups for 30 students. Each group will have minimum 3 students, maximum 4 students. If you are the number 5th student and you want to enroll to that group, sorry, you're late. You have to enroll to other group who doesn't have the maximum number 4 students. Now, let's talk about the case study, right? This group presentation requires you to work in a group, and then you will prepare the answers for the question of the case study. One case study for the whole 12 weeks. The case study used for assessment 2 is also a fictitious, unreal case study, which is in the printing services like publishing companies, named Reliable Printers Limited. In here, I will refer as RBL. RBL, Reliable Printers Limited. Right, the background information for the case, as I mentioned before, is in the back of your book. But I know some of you haven't got your book yet, so I attach here the appendix, the background information of the case for you in Blackboard. Right, the questions for each group presentation, which is also at the end of each chapter from chapter 4 to chapter 12. As some of you haven't got the book yet, I also make a copy of all the questions here for you to look, right? So just save it, download, and open to review the case study, right? If you want to, right, so here are the case study of the chapter. If you want to know, are you unsure what chapter, what topic you would like to present, okay, what you can do is go back to the learning resources. In the folder course overview, I put here weekly learning schedule. You download weekly learning schedule and you will see on what week, right, which topic that will be presented. Right, so for example, let us open big here. Week 4 is about overview of the elements of the financial report audit process. If you register for group 1, you will be presenting the answer of question 4.34 and 4.35. So question 34 and question 35 of chapter 4. Right, now, so you need to form the group and register by end of week 4 because the first group had to present in week 4. Right, now let's go back to the task number 2. Right. You will ask me, okay, so if I register to present in group number 12, that means I do nothing from now until the very last week of the semester. Is it right? Sorry, it is not, right? So even you are not presenting on week 4 to week 11, it is your responsibility to prepare the answer for yourself, right? So you don't prepare the answer to present in front of a class, but you need to read the questions and answers in writing for yourselves. Right, your tutor may ask you for evidence, and also it's easy for you to have the knowledge, because at the end of the presentation, there is the 5-minute question and answer, right? The presenting students are required to engage with the audience, right? So the student who does not present will also contribute by raising comments, feedbacks, or ask the question to the group who is presenting, right? So if you prepare, you can help the group presenting, right, to make the presentation more exciting. By doing so, you are helping each other, because, when you present, another group will also help you to, to ask question to you. Remember, if no one asks you question and you don't ask any others, if there is no engagement during your presentation, you lose the marks, right? So marking criteria is here also in your blackboard, right? Let's download and have a look of your instruction and marking criteria. Now, let me make it a little bit bigger so we all can see. Yes. Now, the group assessment aims to test your understanding of key audit concepts, ability to work as a team, present and discuss any audit issues relative to a case study. It is the background of the case study. Now, this concept will also be tested in the final exam. So, if you do well in group assessment, if you prepare well, it's likely that you will also do well in your final exam, alright? So now, I already gave you a little bit hints what will be asked in the final exam. Yes, I'm sure with you all the key audit concepts that have been covered in group assignment will also be covered in your final exam 50%. Now, the group assessment involves a class presentation, short, sharp, maximum 50 minutes. Yes? So, and the written submission, maximum 1,000 words. Right. In your written submission, you will do 3 things. Number 1, you summary for me on the relevant facts in relation to the RBL case study in the background of the company that is relevant to your questions. Number 2, you briefly explain key auditing concepts that relevant to the question, right? And then number 3, answer on the questions. So normally you will have 2 questions